Hi everyone, my name is Chiara. I'm the product lead at Meetup, and I wanted to try a new format to share with you some updates on, what we've been up to in the month of April. So let's dive right in. So there's three things that I want to talk to you about today. The first is how we're migrating large portions of the code base. Second one is how we've refreshed some interfaces on the product. And the third one is how we've fixed some high priority bugs. So talking quickly about the code migration, there's three generations essentially of web servers of technologies that serve the product right now. And just to give you an idea, one of these technologies, it was the first architecture that was built when Meetup was created in 2003. So, it's been there for a while. And the problem is that the communication between these three different technologies creates a lot of bugs and a lot of complexity. So what we're doing is we are migrating everything that was on the old technologies to the newer technologies. The bulk of the value that we can unlock with this effort is gonna it's going to be accessible to us once we actually manage to deprecate all of that old code. So when we finish migrating everything and we can remove that old code is when we really unlock the major benefits of this effort. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit in more depth about what we've done to refresh some of the user interfaces. Essentially here, these aren't necessarily kind of the highest priority, product improvements or product work that we wanted to focus on. These are essentially kind of improvements that we were able to achieve whilst migrating these portions of the code base that I just talked about. So, once we tackled migrating, for example, the web onboarding, we said there's so much room for improvement on this part of the product. It's really important. It's a really important part of the product, so let's spend a little bit of extra effort to, enhance it a little bit. And so that's what we did. For the web onboarding specifically, we improved the user interface, but we also made it kind of a smoother experience for members. Our focus here was really to try and make it easier for them to give us as much information as possible. So, for example, we made it compulsory for them to give us their interests, which is really important because it lets us make better recommendations for them later down the line in terms of what events we recommend to them. Another part of the product that we refreshed is the members list. As you can see, again, general refreshment in terms of the looks, but also added a few additional functionalities. So, now the profiles of the members are clickable. You can see when they last visited the group, and from an organizer's perspective, that can help you really understand how engaged some of these members are. So these are just a couple of examples of the parts of the product that we've enhanced, but it's really the tip of the iceberg as we're migrating these large portions of the code base. Where we can, we're trying to squeeze in improvements that can be felt by members and organizers alike. Last thing that I wanted to talk about is bug fixing. We managed to fix over 20 bugs in different areas of the product, but I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the main areas that we were focusing on. So one of the areas that had quite a few bugs that we were working on was the attendee and waitlist. For organizers, this is incredibly important because, it lets them kind of manage who's going to go to their event. Without it, it's really hard to do that. So we fixed a bunch of bugs there. Another obvious one is, how members join groups and events. There were a few bugs there. So obviously this is an incredibly core part of the product that is really important for us to fix and to make sure that it's working properly. And the last one is kind of around the information that is provided by organizers to members around an event. So, for example, the link to join the event or description, location. Sometimes these weren't being showed to members, which obviously makes it really hard for them to actually go to an event. So again, super important, and we prioritize fixing these. I will say that there's another big bucket of bugs that we want to work on next that we're already, we already have dedicated engineers working on, which is around the notification system. So I'll update you as soon as we have fixed bugs there as well. So that's all for today. I want to reiterate that, this is just a small portion of things that we've been working on that we wanted to share with you. There's a whole load of other things that we're actively working on that I'm really excited to, to share with you in the coming weeks and months. In the meanwhile, if you have any feedback, feel free to reach out on our various communication channels, and see you next time.